Is Europe doing enough? EU doing enough?
I think it does, and it does it now more than it did in the past. More and more European companies are fed up with internal Chinese protectionist rules. And I think therefore is nowadays a much higher readiness to join forces in this question because of these direct experiences. And if you see now the strength and the self-confidence of the Chinese, and that they go now to the outside world, where they do investments centrally under strategic goals. In our system, the companies make their investment decisions because of the profit of the company, not because of overall strategic goals, because of our different system. That is, in a way, political weakness. In the long run, I believe, is strength, because I do not believe in centralized economy, even if it's foreign trade. But we are now in this battle of systems, in a way. And it means that we have really to join forces, that in the principal question of the pre-competition questions, from intellectual property to the investment rights, public procurement, the value of the Chinese currency, and such questions, we have to join forces in a common interest. And here, I think it's not a better situation. But if we integrate our markets, have more combination of our own interests in a barrier-free market, then from that basis, it has more credibility to do that together. And therefore also the better internal relationship, getting rid of non-tariff barriers, will strengthen our abilities to set up standards and fight for our standards abroad. I must say that because of the discussions in Brussels and national capitals and in Washington, I'm now more optimistic of a better transatlantic relationship than I was before. Both sides have no reason anymore for arrogance. In a dialectic process, our weakness helps us to overcome the differences. And therefore, we have now a much more better momentum for American-European relationship in this economic question than we had 2 or 3 years ago. And therefore, I have some hope, as James has mentioned, is this high-level group and so on. The second point what I want to make, and it was reminded by John Bruton about it, we were still not successful, also as a European Parliament and transatlantic legislators dialogue, to create a real cooperation in legislation for both sides, for getting rid of old non-tariff barriers and where it's needed legislation for the new questions like nanotechnologies and all that. That is the two sides for the future and get rid of the old ones. And here we're not able to do so because of our different styles of parliaments. The Senate is anyway a problem, as John said. It's the individual members you have to meet and then put it into a political question is a problem. But last year, it were congressmen and senators who wrote to Obama to have a closer economic relationship with Europe. It's a good development that such things happened, that they took initiative for that, and we should build on that.